Impacto Deportivo presenta.
That's exactly what Oleg Moskov wants, and Rockman's legs are still wobbly.
Well, half the round still to go.
Stop punching. Come on, let's go.
Professional move by Rockman there, but he still doesn't have his legs.
Come on, get out. Come on, get out. Come on, let's go.
One of the questions in some fights about Rockman has been his stamina.
Right hand puts Rockman on the floor right next to me. Right next to me. Right next to me.
To knock him out, which is what I was saying about the Holyfield-Lewis fight. If Lewis can outbox Holyfield and still win, although we want to see fireworks, we'd rather see him fight the smart fight and be a winner.
The professional thing is to win the fight.
The smart.
Oh, sharp right hand. Well, Baca just got out of the way of that right hand and tried to counter with his own and came close himself, but neither of them landed solidly. That Jones lands against the ropes. And the left hand, front, down he goes. 2, 3, 4, 5. Bingo. That was it. You see the devastating power with just that one shot there. We're going to get another angle of this. Here's Jones, the right hand to the body, and Baca trying to counter with his own right uppercut. But his hands are dangerously low for sitting on the ropes with a guy with this much speed like Jones, and bingo. That hurts. Finding the range. Oh! Down goes Van Horn! Van Horn is really hurt badly. If he gets hit with one more punch, his fight will be over if he gets hit with a left hook like that. He's out round again on its feet. Iran Barkley trying to become the champion. What a story. I don't know how he's standing. There he goes again.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
No 3 knockdown rule. This fight can go on as long as the referee lets it or the doctor. A lot of time remaining in the second round. Barkley just pasting Darren Van Horn with left hooks. But what guts on Van Horn's part, standing up and trying to slug with him. There's a long way to go in this round. 1:30 left, and Barkley is just having his way with Darren Van Horn. Ready to go a third time.
2, 3.
And that's it. That is Iran Barkley is the IBF super middleweight.
If you're not in good physical condition, you can't. Bottom line. And there it is. A matter of time. Never, never land. Look at the eyes. He's out. They shouldn't even count. That's all. The eyes tell the story. But here, watch the overhand right. Turning that right hand over, boom. Down goes Francisco de Jesus and out. There's another look at it. Right over the top. De Jesus was trying to pull away from that right.
To get to him. It's got to be Holyfield's call to come in. Oh, what a shot! Doak's in trouble. Doak's in big trouble. Michael Doak staggered. But he's fighting back. He's terrible shape.
And there he goes into the ropes. Holyfield looks to finish him off. Richard Steele steps in, and Doak's coming towards us. He's down.
He's out.
He's out. It's over. It's all over, says Richard Steele. Evander Holyfield has won it here in the 10th round.
And that was... Here's the
the setup punch. It's coming up.
And that's the one that did the damage. It's sort of a left uppercut. Even so, Dokes fought back. I mean, where in that massive chest cavity can you find a heart as big as Dokes? Even so, he was fighting back. No legs to keep him up. Nothing to absorb the punch, and he was finished.
Threw more left hands and fewer right hands in the first round than we've seen him before, Gil. I thought it was by his own fight plan, but perhaps that's also the fight plan of Stewart.
And you know, Larry, down goes Lewis, having caught a short left hand inside. 6, 7. They're just moving around, sparring. Again, I had mentioned there's that right hand right on the button. Down goes Lewis.
Another look.
See, Lewis was fighting with that leg so far apart that he had to reach it.
Good enough to keep Gamache in the fight for the second round. Round 1 was huge for Gotti. 36 out of 73, 26 out of 43 power shots, several damaging left hooks.
This night is because of the reach. Gotti is able to land these right hands from a distance, even at hook for reaching.
He's also looked so much bigger than he does.
Yeah, and he's got a 15-pound weight advantage. Every time he lands a shot, it's abundantly clear. Benji Esteves isn't going to bother with a count here as Gamache's eyes were closed. Right uppercut. And you see why we were worried about Joey Gamache, whose eyes were closed well before he hit the canvas. The uppercut was perfect, George.
And not only that, he's getting his whole body into it, like one of those home run hitters hit a baseball. You don't want to be hit like that from wide range. Stand way out there, nothing blocked.
Beginning to get restless. They'd like to see a little bit more action. Not every fight is going to be like that Patterson-Gatti war. And down goes Leah, up a left hook inside. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Give me your glove. Take a step forward. Take a step forward. De La Hoya, the second fighter to knock down Jesse James Leija. Gabriel Ruelas did it in his victory over Leija. And here comes De La Hoya again. Jesse's just a little wobbly as Oscar looks to land another left hook. Going to the body, and now coming up with the uppercut. Right hand just missed. Flurries of punches. Leija losing his balance again. Got whacked for the left hook one more time. Round 2 coming to a close. De La Hoya looking to finish.
Chavez punishes the body when he gets a man in trouble. Those left hooks to the side.
And it sounds like a bull ring now.
Well, those are the horns he said he didn't have. He's feeling them on the sides and right on his face. Chavez alternating the attack. Body, head. This is vintage Chavez.
Punishing blows by Chavez. This could do it. It's all over.
And this is vintage Chavez, an overwhelming assault. Knows he's got his man in trouble. And the assault of Chavez is picture perfect. This is a champion in the prime of life, in the prime of his form. You can't hardly finish better than this. The referee, Arthur Mercanti, wisely steps in thoroughly.
Well, the Ibushi fight was unbelievable.
Yeah, they've both been in those type fights.
On the other hand, this could become a chess match if Moorer is able to box for 36 minutes, or for 30 minutes, I should say. Scheduled for 10, not for 12.
Get off his head.
David Tua gets in 2 body punches early to the ribcage of Moorer, and down goes Moorer.
I say Moore's leaning in. He's not moving at all. It's over with.
There's a 30-second knockout right there. And that's what makes David Tua David Tua.
Well, it was more of a right hook, I think.
Yeah,
That is right
swept
up
it a little. You're right.
And Moore didn't even see it. Fighting in too close where he's not effective, and the guy with the short arms is extremely comfortable in that position.
Well, Michael Moorer said, no matter what happens, even if I lose the fight, that's not the end of me as a contender, because lots of things can happen in the heavyweight division.
A right hook, the punch that...
Hard right hand, stun Morales. Pacquiao's all over him. Thinks he's got a chance. Morales slightly staggered after that last left hand. And down he goes. Solid left hand shot by Pacquiao, who did not like Morales saying 30 seconds to go. Another huge left hand by Pacquiao. Punch after punch after punch. And he wants to finish Morales right here. And the brave heart of Morales holds up, but his legs go again. Third knockdown of the fight by Pacquiao.
Well,
let's take a look at some replays.
Man, his name is Emmanuel, too. His real name. Yeah. It's just everything. It's just too much of an attack, the intensity, the fury. The wrong thing for an Asian fighter.
It's hard to uphold precision and craft when a guy is just overwhelming you.
And he punches good with both hands now. It used to be with a simple 1-2 puncher with a straight left. Now he does a right hook, uppercuts, everything.
Now, shortly after this second knockdown, if the camera angle shows it to you, you will see, exactly as Larry Merchant said, Erik Morales stares into the corner and looks at his father.
Well, that's the same look that I said before that I saw when he went down the last fight, even though he said it wasn't from a punch. And I saw the same thing with Arturo Gatti. And that's the worst look at else when they say, I'm done, I'm finished.
That's the look, right there.
And Alexis Aguero did it the second fight with Aaron Pryor. The same look, I'm done.
In the young man's game. But look at that competitive spirit coming out now.
Straight right hand landing for Foreman. He's had a pretty good round here in number 10.
Again, Atlas didn't counter. Atlas, here we go again with the Atlas. Michael Moore is down.
Goes Moore on a right hand. An unbelievably close-in right hand shot. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It happened. It happened.
That he was having a strong round. He had set up some blows, and then that right hand anesthetized Michael Moorer.
It sure did. And that's the one thing I said George couldn't do. He couldn't get you out with one punch. But boy, he sure fooled me and Michael Moorer.
It landed right on the point of the chin, Gil.
Right on the button where it says good night.
And still, eons left in round 3. Now that time Moss blocked the punch, and down he goes from the right, a snapping right. The corner of Moss evidently time Moss blocked the punch, and down he goes from the right, a snapping right.
Weather coming very close with those hard punches, but not landing. They are not landing.
Oh, right hand by Lockwood, and Mayweather is down. The champion Mayweather is down in this opening round.
He's not getting up. He's not getting up. We've got a new champion.
Stunner.
And you can see it was a one punch. It was a one-punch affair. It was that right hand that came over the top. You can see when he goes down that he has no reflexes. He cannot get up. Rocky's waited a long time, and he's finally got it. Let's take another look at this perfect punch. Happens once in a career, maybe for the title, and here it comes. A right hand right on the button. Can't get better.
Roger Mayweather suffering his first defeat as a
legitimate knockdown. Yes, it was. And Barrera thinks he can finish off of that one. And his corner watches with their hearts in their throats as he goes in and starts taking chances to throw.
McKinney is a weak fighter now. Barrera knows it.
And that's it.
Ace getting in to a great great prize fight. Ultimately finished the fight.
I think so too, because I told you back in about round 6 or 7 that you had to throw body shot.
And here's the end. And I think Kennedy McKinney.
Yeah. Under the 30-second mark we go. Tremendously grueling rounds these have been. What punishment Drayton is taking, Tim. Big round for Jackson here this last 30 seconds particularly. And Drayton is still firing back. Oh, a big left hand. Oh, a tremendous left hand. Hook, Tim. Drayton dropped like a tree. Drayton dropped like a tree. And he is not going to make it up. That's all over. He's trying desperately. Buster Drayton gamely trying to get up with a huge left hand. A straight, good, solid left hook. Jackson is pointing at the canvas, say, okay, good night. There it is. Look at the ball. And look at Jackson's right hand, Tim. Roberto Duran up at will. A solid right, and down goes Duran. Duran is on the canvas and looks stunned. Getting to his feet, but he's staggering. He's hurt. Approaching the 20-second mark remaining when we're in round number 1. He's bothered by that cut eye, Tim. He's very seldom ever miscutting a fight. Hearns lands a combination, and Duran waving at him to come at him, but meanwhile taking punishment. Down he goes again.
That's going to save him, Tim. By the fact that he went down, the bell is going to ring.
Got quickly to his feet at the end of the first round, and he must finish the 8 count, and there's the bell that ends round number 1. Several free shots with Roberto.
He's wobbly, Jim. His legs are still wobbly.
Just trying to cover up. Another solid right hand by Thomas Hearns in a combination. The referee Padilla watching.
There, he's up in the air again.
Duran just fighting on instinct, O'Gill. He's just hanging up. Big right hand.
That's it, Tim. Anytime you fall forward, the fight's over, Tim.
A huge right hand by Thomas Hearns. Right to the cheekbone of Roberto Duran, and it is all over. A second-round knockout for the hitman, Thomas Hearns, who said he would knock out Duran in 2, and he did just that.
He sure did, Tim. We've said so many times before.
The right hand from the top. That was the shot there.
And how did the right hand come out of the fight? I know you've had some problems with it in the past. Any difficulty?
The right hand came out perfect. No problem with the hand at all.
All right. Now, what is next for you? Do you want to fight?
I don't believe Tony is hurt. And there's a left hand, and that drops Robinson.
As soon as he got back to business, Barry, as soon as James Toney got back to business, I believe this fight is over.
It is. Well, there's a wake-up call.
He wanted to look sensational tonight. Tremendous finish. There's the right, the left. Now get ready, because he will finish it up. Beautiful left hook, no doubt about it. That's a knockout shot. See that knee?
Time left in the round if Chavez can find his way back in. Hard right hand to the head. Walker in trouble against the rope. Joe Cortez looking on.
This is what Chavez know how to do. Get you hurt, start chapping, never stop punching.
Chavez able to land that right uppercut as they broke.
I want to tell the kid to take an 8. Get down on one knee, kid.
He's trying to fight back instead, and that could be the wrong choice. And Joe Cortez stops the fight. Out for a number of rounds, but George, he got to him right here.
No doubt about him. He got him just a little low there, trying to get in a shot himself, and he got him with that right hand. He never recovered.
That sneak right hand over the top set the stage for all of this punishment which follows. And from this point on,
Walker never really had his legs under him again.
Not at all. And Chavez, this is what he does better than anyone else in the business. He chop, 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 like a fellow with a hatchet. Continuously doing what he knows how to do.
And now the end of the fight, as you see Chavez, I should say, pounding Walker down to the canvas, and referee Joe Cortez stepping in to say no count necessary here. I've seen enough.
Become nothing. I already am his father.
Oh, my. Oh. Big right hand by Roy Jones, and that will finish it. Just forget about it. Art Serrano got hit with an overhand right that puts him out, and I mean puts him out. So shades of the Jorge Baca fight for right from Jones come. It's a lead right. No, a small jab as a rangefinder went in before it, and Art Serrano, who told me today he thought he would score the knockout, in this case he is the one who ends up getting knocked out, and I mean much earlier than some people thought that it would happen. Boy, oh boy, he got nailed with an overhand right, and the power of Roy Jones comes to the forefront. Well, Art Serrano is not a top 10 heavyweight, or excuse me, a top 10 junior middleweight or middleweight, but he is a journeyman who went 10 rounds, for instance, with Pat Lawler recently.
Said he doesn't throw a right hand behind it. So far, it's Jones's power over Hill's jab.
Whoa! Right to the body, down. Unheard of. Unheard of. Only the third time Hill's ever been down. He's holding the kidney area on the right side. 10. And Steinwinder the fight.
Larry, tell us about this, please.
Well, it was just a sudden shot underneath the jab instead of over the jab. Through the first 3 rounds, Virgil Hill had been seeing Roy throw the punch, throw the right hand over the jab. This time he elected to throw it under the jab and just caught him in a very vulnerable spot.
What does it feel like, George? What does it feel like when you get hit there?
Boy, I tell you, there's nothing like it because it actually paralyzes your body for the second. All you're thinking about is recovering from the pain. And that's what he's thinking, how do I recover?
Okay.
Not about
They've done an excellent job with the end swell of keeping the left eye of Mancini from closing completely.
And conversely, Haugen's cut between his eyes is of no significance at all.
Well, it's become a little ugly here in round 7. Not a lot of... Oh, big right hand.
There's a right.
This fight will probably be over. I don't know if Ray is going to be able to continue. No. What happened in the 7th round? I believe it's a short right hand that he gets hit with. Yes. A short counter right hand. It was right over us that he hit the ropes. And as we got such a good view of it, you see it's in the background, it just didn't...
To get back to fighting again.
Combination by Jackson, and Collins just talks to Jackson. And once again, Collins is stunned.
And let me tell you, that was great. He should have gone down, but he's there. He's still there, Collins, still weaving and bobbing.
Now he goes down, finally.
6, 7, 8.
He gets up at 7.
That should be it. That's it. That is it, Julius. It could be goodbye for Hironaka.
Hironaka, a former straight fighter from Japan. His best weapon is a straight right, and Rosario is in trouble.
Rosario holding on. Rosario is holding on.
Unbelievable seconds into the fight.
What a whirlwind has come out of Japan.
And the fans behind Hironaka.
Again, Rosario showing signs of getting hurt. Hard to explain. Again, Rosario holding on. Big trouble for Rosario.
Rosario may be on his way down.
Big trouble.
Taking shots to the head with 1:30 left in the first. The referee is waving it up.
view of the referee, Joe Sowerby. Collins banging away. Collins has but 7 knockouts in his 21 wins. And there's a big right by Trice sneaking in. Trice, a high knockout ratio. 39 wins, 32 by KO. Trice won his first 12 fights and then was shocked by Freddie Pendleton. Here's a big right again by Trice, and Collins is in trouble. Collins could be out on his feet. Sowerby pushes Trice away, gives Collins time. This fight has not been stopped, although the corner now coming in and saying, who we've seen before, very lenient, was ready to ask Collins if he wanted to continue, and it was the big right that started it.
The combination, against those left-handed fighters, you throw in combinations because the one punch won't hit them. And here they are. Bing, bing, bing. Look at all these shots. Now right here, Ron Collins is defenseless. Look at his hands. Good call by the referee. He stepped in and pulled Tyrone.
Stumbling forward. There he goes.
There's the smash. The right. Combination. Ruddock looking to end it again. Can he do it this time? And Page is against the ropes. He is in trouble. And the bell sounds. Oh, brother. He is out on his feet. Can he even make it? Come on.
Let's listen.
Come on, he's all right.
That's it. That's it. Cortez is saying that's it. Joe Cortez is saying that's it. Great hook. Stomach shot. Great hook again. Uppercut. Another hook. And that one was hard. That one collapsed him. Some of these are missing, but most of them are right on the jaw. Now that one, he starts to slide. The referee looks like he's going to come in, but he doesn't. Razor Ruddock has got open target on a guy that's almost unconscious, and there's the referee step, but he stepped in.
Up the bat, Julian Jackson with a left hook and comes forward.
2 hard hammering shots just landed like if there was no defense there. You know, it's what we talk about when a guy comes up against a real champion. He's never been in against that talent. What's happening is what's happening right now. He's getting his.
There he goes with a left hook. Seconds into the fight. The crowd is down. 5. Jackson's in the wrong neutral corner. He's ushered over by Mills Lane. 6. So that's a break for the Grove.
I don't know if that's a break. You have to be philosophical about it. If that's a break, guys, he's got to fight. Now, let's take a look. Now, just watch how fast his reflexes are. Right there. Look at where the Negron's hand is. Way down. A champion like Julian Jackson will pick you apart. I mean, it's bad enough not to keep your gloves up, but to have him down by your waist is an indication of his inexperience.
Now, if Julian Jackson can only get a better sense of direction after he knocks somebody down, he'll be right up there.
If I was as confident as he is that he can knock a guy out, when I was with him at breakfast, he says it won't go 1, and I said I believe it, and here we are. As I repeat.
Cooper rated number 9 by the WBA, number 10 by the BC, out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Oh, down goes Coffey again, and blood streaking from his nose.
5, 6. He might have broken his nose on that one, and he's over. He's not getting up. If they let that continue, something's wrong.
Timeout.
I mean, look at him. He doesn't even know where he's at.
Referee Jay Nady calling time. They'll get the doctor. It is all over. It is all over here in the round 2.
Absolutely correct. Book uppercut. There's the body shot. There's the uppercut. Just like they teach it in the gym. It couldn't be better. Loud boos for Don King, who's entered. What has he done recently? He just comes over to congratulate Cooper and console Coffey.
And from overhead, any angle you look at, just as painful to watch.
That angle might have even been better to watch the precision with which that punch.
Good right hand and then the left for Moore. It started with the right, and now Moore has Cooper up against the ropes. Oh, but down he goes!
In fact, the first southpaw to ever win a heavyweight championship. Really going down for the count.
Here we go back to that corner where this knockout happened. Michael Morris started off with that right hook, lit him up with that left hand, 2 or 3 more behind it, puts him up against the ropes, and there he goes. He's starting to let it all cut loose. Left hand, right uppercut, and that was it. That last left hand was really insignificant because he was already out on his way down. There we go. We got another overhead look at this. Morris starts off with a chopping left hand, or right hand, left uppercut, whips one over to the air. Cooper gets his hand up, sneaks a little short left and a right in there. Doesn't land solidly with that, but here comes this right uppercut. This is bingo. That's the one that picks his head off, and boom. Chops it right down with that left hand. That was picture perfect. Bring the head up with the uppercut, slice it off with the left hand. And that was...
Punching you off because you're off balance.
Well, there's a certain arrogance in any great fighter, and you get the impression that Chavez doesn't believe Aguilar can hurt him.
Aguilar appears to be wearing down now. Those uppercuts, and the looping right hand. Look at that beautiful shot.
Overcome temporary frustration and go on to knock his opponent out.
Well, it was indeed frustration, and the right hand pretty much started a pretty good fight. But what wore Aguilar down was the inside fighting and the looping right hands. That right hand there proved to be effective against southpaws. Aguilar at this point here is out of it.
He wanted a place to fall down after Chavez landed the right hand to the temple. One of the vulnerable areas which can sometimes create a knockout. As you see this right hand land, you'll see right next to the eye on the temple, and Aguilar said, that'll do.
I'm sure that Chavez will go back and watch the tape, and he will find that the best way to fight a southpaw is be a little more composed. The looping right hand. It's a beautiful shot.
Relaxed too. Like I said, he looked real anxious and uptight at the beginning of this fight, and that'll wear you out in itself, just that nervousness.
Mercer with 2 good right hands. And now Mercer on Morrison in the corner. And Mercer's all over him, and Morrison in trouble. And Morrison goes down for the first time in his career. And that is it.
That's it.
The fight is over. Ray Mercer has won it. He successfully defended his WBO heavyweight championship. All right, Joe's going to head up into the ring now. Mike Marley with us, and here comes Mercer on the attack, and right at this point, Morrison's out of it.
He was out on his feet, precisely, Glenn. He was out of it, groggy. I mean, he doesn't know what's hitting him at that point.
Well, those are damaging blows right there. He was out of it. 4, 5, 6. Wow. Morrison could have been seriously hurt there.
You're exactly right. Referee Tony Perez should have stepped in a little bit sooner.
Take another look, and you can count him. At this point, Morrison's out of it right here after that left hand. Now, from this point on, this is the damage. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And finally went down for the first time in his career. And Ray Mercer
chases Lewis across the ring.
Shades of Oliver McCall, September 24, 1994, in London. Has Rockman pulled the upset? He has.
To start the trouble. Lewis smiled after that one.
He smiled and became more insolent and more lackadaisical and careless. Rockman got inside and hit him a terrific straight right hand.
Just a perfect shot.
He had not thrown many right hands through the fight. Lewis lived down to his preparation for the fight.
Absolutely.
He just drowned in Ocean's 11.
That's another brilliant line.
Drowned in Ocean 11.
How's he going to explain this to Brad Pitt, George Clooney, Julia Roberts, Matt Damon, and all of his co-stars on the movie?
He can tell them it was a stunt.
There's the stunt. A brilliant right hand by
Rockman, if he punches, just keep your hands high. They're telling him not to counterpunch.
Boom! Will Rockman get up, or have the tables been turned? Is it reversed? 7, 8, 9. It's over. Lennox Lewis got revenge.
Thought he could have gone to Holyfield,
if he had decided to be more aggressive. Rahman totally out of position after the left, and the right hand was good night.
He did it by long range. That's most importantly. He didn't try to close in. Everything was out in the opening. That's the way you want to fight a puncher.
And he set it all up with the left hand by firing aggressively, keeping his left hand in Rahman's face, mixing in the left hook every once in a while with the jab. He changed it up here. Instead of jab and right hand, it was hook and right hand.
And you know what? The old saying, never follow a puncher around.
And Rahman did.
Rahman made the fatal mistake. I'm going to follow you no matter what you jab me or what, I'm going to follow you.
Well, Rahman has spent months saying he had no respect for Lennox Lewis.
Said he took a great shot. He got hit with a great right hand and went reeling back, but I think it was more off balance.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you, Joe, but it was a good hand.
Oh!
Another right from Tony.
Oh! He's down!
Just the second time in his career.
He is out. He is hurt. I don't know if he's going to get out. He is out of his feet. That is it. I don't see him getting up. Oh, my God.
He's up at 10.
What a great left hand.
Challenger.
Oh! Down. That is it. How can he stop it? That's it. The fight's over.
James Toney's got it.
James Toney wins the title. Unbelievable. What a left hook he got caught with. Oh, my. Well, that was the only way he was going to win this.
Tony with the left hand. Down went none, as we mentioned, just the second time in his professional career. That was the knockdown, which he barely survived. He got up. Here's another look at that left hand that effectively won Tony the championship here tonight.
And those three jabs right off the bat.
Another good jab from McClellan. Sullivan missing with the right. Again, snapping the head back of Sullivan. McClellan does with the jabs. Boy, the more we talk to him. Oh, the right hand staggers him. And another one, and down he goes.
Fight's over.
That's it. 40 seconds into the fight, Gerald McClellan with the first hard punch he landed virtually ended it at that point.
Beautiful, really beautiful setup by
replay.
Here we go. He just touches him with that jab and bingo, right on the chin, and the mouthpiece almost comes out. His eyes really went in 4 different directions here. Here's another overhead view here. This is earlier in the round when he first landed McClellan first landed those solid jabs, backing up Carl Sullivan. And Sullivan really never got a chance to get on track here. Bingo. Oh, right on the side of the chin. And you can see him doing the funky chicken right there. He gets clipped with another right hand, and he's out. There's no sense.
Terrific, perhaps telling first round.
Joppy goes down on a barrage of left hooks. 6, 7, 8. So just as he floored Vargas in the...
Joppy walks into the Trinidad artillery, and down he goes. The big left hook, finishing that barrage. How much recuperative power does Joppy have left?
The fight wasn't over until it was over. Joppy went down to the body.
2, 3, 4. That'll do it. I don't think Mercanti's going to let William Joppy continue. Felix Trinidad with a sensational...
Another ripping left hook to the body. And a right. That moved Schuler backwards. A straight right by Hearn.
Not only moved him backwards, they wobbled him, and down he goes.
Another one. A right hand by Hearn. He will not get up.
Well, now we know that Tommy Hearns can hit middleweights and knock them out. And boy, did he knock them out.
Tommy Hearns in the first round. There's the right hand. That hurt him. There's the left of the body. He was already wobbling, as you pointed out, Gil. And there's that overhand right. Little short chopping shot that perfectly aimed and delivered.
Tim, right on the button. Watch where this right hand lands. Right on the button. That says lights out, Ryan.
There's a straight right hand by Little. Clear through the ropes.
I tell you what, it was the right hand, not the left hook. Like I said, down the middle, he hurt Frankie, he hit him again, and he hurt him again.
The champion says he's all right. We resume round 3. Wild swings and misses by both fighters. The wrestling tactics. Timeout called by Mitch Halpern.
One can hit first, because both of them are shooting power shots.
And again, he pushes Lyles to the deck. No knockdown.
Somewhere along the line, he's going to...
It's not let up. We come up to 15 seconds remaining in the 3rd round. Oh, Tim Littles. What a
beautiful counter right hand. A perfect counter right hook. The same thing that got him in trouble the first time.
He staggers to his feet. Forget about it. It's over.
Once they land on there, we'll look at it from every corner, so I'm sure that's about as good as he gets with a right hook. That's about as good. Look at the way he landed on his face. Bobby, take the next one, which is
a little careless, too aggressive, over anxious, and he just walked in, not caring about defense, looking to land a big right, and he walked into it.
A lot of that was a product of the exhaustion also. They'd been down so much, and that was right on the button.
It comes back with a nice combination. He's demonstrating a pretty good chin and some, I'll tell you what, some real determination.
Norris goes down! Unbelievable! What a turn of events!
He's in trouble. He's in big trouble.
It came out of nowhere.
Oh my God, it's unbelievable. The right uppercut he told us about earlier. He hit him with it, and look at what we have in front of us.
He was just, I thought it was a low blow. He had landed, but he hit him with an uppercut, and the legs went out from Terry Norris. Would this be the upset of the year? No, it would be the upset of the decade.
Norris looking to shake it off and comes back. Now to the head of Troy Waters. But Waters refuses to go down.
Terry Norris's head is cleared up now, but I'll tell you what, Troy Waters, if he weathers the storm, he's got to have a certain amount of adrenaline behind him because of that knockdown. His hometown, and I'll tell you what, this is one-game kid.
Well, he's on the way now, but he has given Terry a big scare.
Turn around. Look at this exchange.
He has withstood an unbelievable onslaught, and here he is punching.
And taking punches. Wow, what he's taking, Bobby, should have knocked anybody out.
Crowd in a frenzy, most of them standing. And most of them in disbelief. Norris must be thinking, what do I have to do?
He's coming back with good, solid punches.
Oh, look at that right hand. What a right by Waters.
Referee is leaning in, looking like he favors a stoppage. Oh,
one of the rounds of the year.
Very fresh despite the punishment he's absorbing. Taylor comes back. Fighting courageously after getting tagged, able to counter. Some vicious shots here by Julio.
Julio's just looking for his spot. He knows when he hits, he hurts now. Now it's a question of addition. How many of these is he going to take?
Now Chavez going to the head. Down goes Taylor. Chavez looking to finish Taylor off. Mills Lane steps in. It's over. It's over. Julio Cesar Chavez is still the champion.
Bid for revenge. The right hand is landing with regularity as far as Chavez is concerned. There's a hook, and the hook is so hard.
The hook really hurt him. The hook really hurt him. That was pressing the fight, and he's got Meldrick fighting back. Just what he wants. He's got a better chin than Meldrick, and he knows it. He's a bigger puncher, and you'll see the left hand again. He misses, bang.
And his legs had gone 2 rounds before. He had no legs to get up with. That was the end of that.
Fight is Hurtado's beating Whitaker to his game.
Oh, what a left hand by Whitaker. And he takes advantage with 4 more straight lefts. Arthur McCanny watching. And it's over. It is over. Pernell Whitaker rescues himself dramatically. And Oscar De La Hoya lights into a smile as big as all Atlantic City.
himself hung up in the ropes one night at Madison Square Garden and wound up dying in a New York hospital. I think if he had it to do over again, Arthur Mercante might have stopped this 1 or 2 punches short of where he finally did so.
I agree with you, Jim. He was helpless there on the ropes. He couldn't escape, and he wasn't returning any fire.
Stopping right there would have been okay. That's okay. That would have done. That would have been nice. I think Arthur would like to have that one back. Just a couple punches short of there.
Be that as it may,
you can't expect Whitaker to back up now, knowing that he's been behind all night, trying to finish it.
No, Whitaker's just doing his job. He did exactly what he had to do under those circumstances.
Well, like George Foreman and Joe Frazier.
Nobody ever followed a corner's instructions better.
That's for sure.
They told him he had to go out and knock the guy out.
And he did it.
And he went out and did it.
No, James Toney against Tim Littles followed instructions in exactly the same way.
I said better.
Big question here, is Bent strong enough to handle Morrison's power? And the early returns say no.
The thing is, if Morrison can control his burst,
Tommy stunned by right hand, and down goes Morrison. He has been plagued by a weak chin. 4, 5, 6.
Morrison is embarrassed more than anything in the world.
That'll quiet the crowd a little bit. And Bent again lands the right. Now we saw Morrison go down twice in the same round against Carl the Truth Williams.
One more knockdown, and this is over, and Michael Bent knows it.
3 knockdown rule in a fight. Michael Bent on the verge of a big moment, and he's got it. That's it. A first-round KO for Michael Bent.
There's a hook by Ruddock, and it may have hurt Morrison. He's knocked up! Down goes Razor Ruddock! From nowhere came the hook that we have not seen for rounds. Can Morrison put him down again? What a terrific shot. Morrison hitting on the break, and both men have been guilty of that. How about Ruddock getting up? What does Morrison have left? A standing 8 here. Now, this a standing 8. Knockdown. That counts as a knockdown. The 3 knockdown rule is in effect. And we've had a knockdown plus a standing 8. That's a lot of time for Ruddock to kill here. And Ron Lipton told us before the fight he would like to see the standing 8 not in effect here. The 3 knockdown rule is not in effect because of flash knockdowns. He may be forced to stop this, yet both fighters look like they could keep going. Remember, Razor Ruddock was part of the most controversial stoppage of the year when the fight was stopped against Mike Tyson by referee Richard Steele. Morrison is nailing him though. But Ruddock is still holding on. He needs to buy about 10 more seconds, and it's a long one. He will not do it. Oh, my, it's over. About Morrison's terrific left hook. And you are going to see it. My goodness. Lands all that. Ruddock hits the canvas and got up at 3.
I don't think Wilson's all the way back yet.
Well, you know, when you land up on top of the head, sometimes like that, it can serve to make you dizzy, Barry, and it can just discombobulate you. If you recall that fight that Fresno kept, he's out. He is out. I mean, and caught up in the ring too. Yeah, the ropes are off the ropes. Shawnee, I want to get your opinions of what you've seen here. Sean, you were looking in on Darrell Wilson. What do you see here?
Too many times. I've seen this too many times, Barry. Darrell Wilson. He was down all the way on the canvas, on his back. He kept his eyes closed. In fact, the commission here does a terrific job of keeping him down. They even held him down. The first thing these fighters want to do, whenever they get knocked out and they recuperate, or they come back a little bit, they want to jump up real quickly.
Pendleton has been cut. Big right hand by Tacky Levels Pendleton. He is hurt. It is over.
Pendleton left that. Pendleton. Here you can see Pendleton starts that jab, and already Tacky was too close for Pendleton to start that jab, and Tacky timed the right hand. You should not throw a jab when a man's close to you. He started to throw that jab. He never saw the right hand coming. Tacky stepped in.
Johnson was down in the 4th round of his bout against Harold Gray. But he stopped him in the 7th round. Johnson, a notorious slow starter. Corner of Johnson feels that Sanchez has a weak chin. And boom! Right hand puts him down.
Maybe go around. That was a time punch. Weak chin or low chin. That was perfectly timed over the left hand.
Augie Sanchez is counted out, but they could have stopped the count at 2. He got rocked, and then a right hand put him out. And John Michael Johnson and his trainer, Tony Ayala.
Okay, now let's go to the
That's the knockout.
Right hand over the slow left hand of Sanchez.
The Sanchez had already been rocked, Teddy, so he was a little wobbly at this point, and then the right hand puts him down. And fortunately, Sanchez is up now and walking.
A minute to go. Right hand by Ruddock got through. Smith in trouble. He's in trouble, Tim. 2 more right hands and a left uppercut. Smith goes down. It was the first right hand that did the damage. Smith will not get up. A 7th round knockout by Donovan Razor Ruddock of Canada.
Let's take a look at it here. Range by the left hand, right hand right on the button, Tim. And here he's got that same rangefinder out there again. This time he comes back with that half hook. Nailed him again. Has him in bad trouble now, Tim. And down he goes. And that's it.
North to dance and box and use his skills as much as he can. A good left from North, and Mugabe is staggered. John Mugabe goes down. A left from Terry Norris drops John Mugabe. Mugabe is up and on Queer Street. Oh, this crowd is stunned. John Mugabe dropped his mouthpiece. Here's where Mugabe will need all the experience to be knocked down in round 1, Dan. Oh, and that right from North. Floyd stiff in the legs of Mugabe. And John Mugabe is helpless. Holding on. This is clearly a pro-Mugabe crowd. John lived here in Tampa for a number of years. Oh, and that right from Terry Norris. And John Mugabe will not get up. Terry Norris with the right finishes it here in round 1. Terry Norris, the new
Keeps taking so many. And Trinidad going upstairs and downstairs. Great left hook there by Trinidad, followed by a right.
Blocker in trouble again. Blocker in big trouble now. Here comes the kid.
Trinidad looking to finish. Blocker off. Oh, what a right hand by Trinidad.
Low punches by Blocker. 3 low punches.
There's no quitting Blocker, though. He's throwing. He knows he's in trouble. He knows it's almost over, and he is trying.
Riveting left, and down goes Blocker.
And when they fall face down, they don't get up, Bobby.
You don't have to count.
You don't have to count. It is all over. Just as Trinidad said he was going to come out, he was going to knock him out early and not waste time. We got it.
Well, let's watch the finishing sequence here, George, and you'll see Witherspoon landing a withering series of overhand rights and left hooks.
All the same punches over and over. This guy Gonzalez cannot get out of the way of something as redundant as the same punch.
Look at where his left hand is. Got his left hand down below his waist, even in an infighting situation where he ought to be trying to protect himself.
Even up top, if you just put your hands up, you just make him hit your punches, your gloves. Believe me, this guy Gonzalez just needs a trainer.
Well,
same punch over and over.
Probably too late to get it now, and he provided Tim Witherspoon with a relatively easy fight tonight.
Never too late. Never too late.
Witherspoon wins for the 45th time in his career.
Harris showing gumption with that left hook to the body, and he lands a left hook. And now Jefferson wobbles again.
Can Jefferson come back? Can he stay on his feet?
What a left hook shot. No count necessary.
Derek Jefferson, I love you.
Oh my gosh. Roy, what a shot.
What a shot. Same thing, that left hook
to the face.
And he knew how to close the show, Roy. He went to the body when nothing else was open, and that left hook was just good night.
And just as I said, he timed Maurice's left hook. Watch Maurice's left hook come back, because he knew Maurice was straight up throwing the left hook, and there it was.
And he was hurt, Jefferson.
Yeah, he was hurt.
He was hurt.
Good night, Maurice. Jefferson is a power puncher. And that left hook is a weapon.
A big weapon.
Well, those 38 years may come into play in a hurry at 227 pounds. Big right hand. If he gets up, I'll be the most surprised person in the Coliseum.
This fight should be over. Al Munoz should stop this fight. He is
got to his feet, but he stopped the fight. Another first-round knockout for Tommy the Duke Morrison.
Knockdown, overhand right. There it is. He heads through the rope, smashes the computer, and luckily does not get injured. From yet another angle, it will look just as bad for Harry Terrell. And you know, the thing is, that wild overhand right, and you can see down in the lower part of the corner, Logan Hobson, a punch pro.
Small, and Witherspoon as a heavyweight is not small. He's 6'3", 231 pounds.
Oh, big right. There goes Eklund. This one is over. The big right by Witherspoon gets upstairs.
Totally political. They know that I should be the #1 man there. Holyfield, I make him the real meal. Foreman wouldn't even fight me with a Uzi machine gun, and I'm ready for Tyson. All I got to do is just train hard. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
Okay, but what can you do now? All of these top 10 fighters, most of them signed up to long-term contracts. What can you do to force them to fight you?
Keep on knocking guys out like I knocked out tonight, and just keep on pushing. They can't hide from me. I'm a 2-time heavyweight champ. Politics have kept
halfway through. Great left hand was spectacular. 3, 4, 5. Second knockdown of Malinga's recent career. The other was by Chris Eubanks. And this is it. For the first time in 11 fights, Giovanni Malinga has been knocked out. And I'll tell you, Larry, you don't like seeing him go. Woo.
Took a second and a half for his parachute to open and to fall to the canvas because it was so quick he didn't see it, and those are the punches that do the most damage.
James Toney is the former IBF middleweight champion who has now moved up.
El rolling para pasar los golpes de Buck Smith.
Eso es lo que tiene también Chávez, no solamente a la ofensiva,
da tremendos golpes, sino también a la defensiva se maneja muy bien, tiene un excelente movimiento de cabeza y de cintura.
Pero me parece, Ricardo, que está aflojando un poco más de cintura, porque antes estaba muy estático. Frente a Oscar de la Hoya, el hombre no movió demasiado la cintura y ahora lo vemos más. ¡Suelta, vuelta, derecha! ¡Se fue, más! Ahí se fue a soñar con los angelitos y a ver a dónde llega en el pensamiento.
Y este no se levanta de ahí del parque de béisbol de Culiacán.
Ahí se fue a soñar con los angelitos y a ver a dónde llega en el pensamiento.
Y este no se levanta de ahí del parque de béisbol de Culiacán.
Chris Williams got nothing to be ashamed of. This guy is a smart fighter.
We're watching a great fighter, guys. I mean, this guy took the other guy.
Able to set up and land this right hand.
The main thing he has Williams following him around. A guy follow you around, he's open for a right hand. You never follow a puncher.
It was a tremendous shot. Prince Charles Williams appeared eager to get up toward the end of that count. Referee Joe Cortez appeared quite satisfied.
And he needs all the strength he can get and all the fluidity and reflex, and that takes your legs out from under you. Ooh, nice shot by Julian.
As he goes upstairs, no chance of Southie. Oh, there.
Julian got a winner right in. Down goes Jackson. A left hook by Gerald McClellan almost sent him through the ropes.
6, 7. He is in serious trouble. His legs are not there. This fight could very well be over right this minute.
And there's a minute left to go.
Can McClellan finish him off? He's down again.
2, 3, 4, 5. He's not going to make this, Bobby. He's not going to make this. Julian Jackson doesn't know where he's at. It's over.
Mills Lane has stopped the fight. And Gerald McClellan.
Julian Jackson to the first encounter.
McClellan's come out with a real good jab. And a big right hand.
Right off the bat, Jackson's in dire trouble. McClellan looking to finish him up seconds into the fight. Pummeling Jackson.
I'll tell you what, they're going to stop this if he doesn't offer up a punch. This fight's going to be over.
He could go down and take an 8 count.
I'll tell you, it gets better than getting hit like that.
Relentless attack by McClellan, and finally Jackson going down. Sort of.
4, 5, 6.
Back comes McClellan.
What McClellan doesn't want to do is get a little overconfident, sloppy, because Jackson can punch.
And down goes Jackson for the second time.
And this time he looks like he's crumpled for good.
He hit him on top of the head on the way down, and I'm telling you, he is totally disoriented.
8. He looks like he's not going to get up.
He's through. Joe Cortez says it's over. And in the first round, Gerald McClellan.
Nuevamente por parte de Graham. Otra vez la izquierda. ¡Qué derecha le puso Jackson y lo mandó a la lona! ¡Ay! Cuidado esa mano, lo estaba esperando. ¡Qué gancho! Puede ser todo, ¿eh? No creo que se recupere. ¡Qué mano le pone en gancho ahí Julian Jackson! Y eso es todo para él. Fíjese, la izquierda llega, ahí viene la derecha. ¡Wow! Tremendo gancho. Y a dormir. A otra cosa mariposa. Y gana Julian Jackson. Vamos a hacer una pausa. Enseguida volvemos con más boxeo en Peleas Inolvidables. Regresamos.
Another good right to the body that time by Julian Jackson. Overhead chopping right, and again the incredible knockout ratio of Jackson.
Whoa! And then right in that, Terry Norris is gone.
He lost his concentration for one critical moment and caught a right hand from the champion.
Terry Norris struggles to get up.
He beat the count, but he said he's all right, but Joe Cortez doesn't believe him.
A good look at it
Watch
here,
the
Alex.
Norris left. Carrying a little bit, he just drops it there a little bit and just gave enough. Another right in combination, and Terry Norris was gone.
But Alex, it's the first one, and I think it even grazes the glove on its way over. Just nicking the glove, and I'm afraid the second punches are after the fact. It was the initial right.
That's what you want when you've got a good left jab, is to make the guy follow you around.
Hard right hand by Golota deposits Grant right on the seat of his pants. And a sheepish little grin on Grant's face as if to say, where did that come from?
And Grant must be dazed and hurt because he got up too quickly
and ran close to Golota.
Golota got to make sure he finished it correctly.
Golota to the body as Grant holds on upstairs.
Golota was looking to shoot a right hand over the jab and beat him to the punch.
He's landing his right hand leads.
So we have blood and a knockdown already in the first round.
And it wasn't just a knockdown. Grant's legs were buckled, one on top of the other.
Well, we know Golota now. Grant knows it too. Second knockdown of the round.
I said earlier.
And down goes Sumbu Kalambe after a major league left inside by none.
It looks as though Kalambe isn't going to make it.
And Michael Nunn answers a lot of doubters about his punching power. One solid.
Here is when Michael Nunn's taking his time, throwing his jab out, and what's the counter left hand of Michael Nunn? It caught Kalambe flush on the chin.
He had been very relaxed throughout the first round, not looking as though he was pressing the action or looking to do any serious damage. And then this.
And you know what people are going to talk about, because it was a one-punch.
Fletcher was walloped through the ropes. That's the big punch, the right hand. Fletcher about to go down. Another right, the left, to the ropes. And here is where Cortez is checking it over as Mugabe continues to pummel Fletcher between the ropes. The doctor, there he is, darting from the middle of your screen.
Of Lennox Lewis.
Hard left hand by Tua. Ruiz is rocked in the first 20 seconds of the bout. Down goes Ruiz. He takes a vicious left hand shot on the way down, and it's unlikely he'll be getting up, and Tony Perez says enough.
Whoa! Well, Marciano, there are a few people down there celebrating. There's the first left hook. And it's interesting what you said, George, about a fighter like this doesn't look as tall as he really is because of the way his body is built. People have a hard time believing, for example, that Mike Tyson is 5'11", yet we measured him one time, and when he's standing upright, indeed he is around 5'11". So he did underestimate his reach.
You think you stepped out of the range, but no, you have not.
Here's the punch that really did it, and that was a vicious, vicious punch.
And one more sickening look at the left-hand shot that caught Ruiz flush on the chin as he was going down. And
they trade in short bursts and flurries. Nassim landing more accurately in this round than has been the case before, but taking some leather in return. Down goes Kelly on two hard left hands. Now they're even. Both fighters down twice in the fight.
Ooh, a good
blistering right hand by Hamed. Kelly a little slow to respond here.
You got to be careful mixing up with Kelly because he can fight.
Seam advocates in the crowd boo that. Hard left hand by Kelly and a right hand shot.
leaping right hand by the Prince. And a hard left. And Kelly's down for the third time.
Whoa!
6, 7, 8, 9.
He's got a half a minute, and he is definitely hurt. And the fight is over.
The referee is within his rights to rule it a knockdown, and Benji Esteves did. And then that stunning left hand, and Kevin Kelly unable to get up from that left hand. He couldn't beat the count, and Esteves very properly waved an end to the bout.
A lot of that is, I just can't believe it. Kelly has that look. He just does not believe this guy.
Oh, and look at the left. Come up and slice the left. And Jerry Cooney's in big trouble. He's ready to go. And there he goes.
And he is badly hurt. Same position he was in round 5 against Spinks. A clubbing right hand by Foreman. Now let's see if he's learned anything about how to survive, because he's got a minute and 8 seconds left.
Oh, and
that's it.
And I don't think this fight's over. This fight's over. George Foreman blows away Jerry Cooney in the second round.
Walking to Cooney, I'm sorry, left got him in trouble. It was a left hand inside that first got him in trouble. And then George didn't waste any punches, very accurate. 3 punches, they all landed and they all kept Cooney in trouble. And then a swinging right hand and him helpless and down. George Foreman did not miss 1 punch once he had his man hurt.
But it was the left that sliced between the gloves of Jerry Cooney. There it is right there. You saw it lift the chin. And now it's just target practice. And Jerry Cooney really showing a lot of will, just staying on his feet. He's out on his feet.
And let me say something about Jerry Cooney. In the Holmes fight and the Spinks fight, when he was hurt that way, when his legs buckled.
But again, you see it's that left uppercut that splits the gloves, and now Jerry Cooney is defenseless.
Struggles up. George clubs him again. Struggles his legs, have his legs hold his big 6'7" body up. Target practice.
Chavez was upset with what he thought was a low blow.
He's also bleeding from the nose now, Chavez.
Oh, boy. Right hand, solid. And that rock. Cigarrani's hurt. Cigarrani on wobbly legs. Chavez opening up. Cigarrani goes down. Oh, man. It's over. It is over. Here's the knockdown, Gil.
Okay, there's that left hook, right hand. That straight right hand was the one over there. There's another straight right hand. The right hand was the one, the damaging blows in that exchange, and Chavez's best punch is his left hook. There's a one right hand. Has him wobbling pretty good now. Another right hand. And another right hand. 3 solid right hands. Basically, with 4 right hands, basically did the job.
Cigarrani was almost out on his feet when he backed into the corner. And then Chavez finished strong. Big finish.
Round coming up.
Wilson tries a right hand across the top. Tua lands a short left. First down, Wilson, or first time Wilson's ever been down.
Can he beat the bell? Can he beat the bell? No! He can't. He's counted out.
Another first round knockout for David Tua.
Clean as a whip.
As it happened, Larry, George put his hand on my arm as if to say, that's the end of that. And sure enough.
Just stepped back and drove that left hook. Just watch how he steps back. Boom. Woo! That's one of those 8-inch punches you don't see much of anymore, George.
No, he had to extend it a little bit this time. When he was closer, he couldn't do it, but this guy gave him just enough room. And let me tell you.
And perhaps Nelson just waiting for the right moment. The infighting rages on.
And that's exactly what Fenech wanted. That's the hook. Right there it is. Right there it is.
And down goes Fenech for the 3rd time of the fight. He was just waiting for the moment.
That side of the face was so open. So open, Steve. He had to take advantage, and he did. Azuma Nelson to the attack.
Wait a minute. Arthur McCanny steps in, and it's all over. It's all Bertie Pacheco heads up into the ring. Let's check out the final moments in round 8. It was Azuma Nelson who trapped Jeff Fenech and lowering the boom as Fenech hit the deck.
Actually not if you're going to face a Julian Jackson who is very good. Good right hand by Jackson.
Jackson looking to air it out here in the very first round.
Milton foolishly holding on to the rope instead of covering up. He is very apprehensive and tight. All that ring rust is showing. He certainly doesn't look like he belongs in the ring.
Looking to end it in the opening round. And down goes Milton.
He does not look like he is going to get up. He looks like he's part of the fixture. He's part of the canvas. The magician is down for the count.
And it is all over in round 9.
You see how solid it landed and how this guy's just so tight. He's just not loose and limber. He doesn't go with a punch. It's just like hitting a bag. Look at the boom. It's just it's unfortunate. He was too tight. He didn't get a chance to catch himself and start in his own rhythm. It's Jackson, who's one of the great finishers in boxing, finally puts the quietus on the hapless magician. And there goes Dennis Milton and part of the canvas. No magic tonight. It was just a straight, hard performance by a really good champion in Julian Jackson. Let's take another look at that. The right hand that lands alongside of his face just short circuits all the neurons, and there is nothing left.
Right hand by Lewis. Ruddock goes down. A smashing right cross with perfect accuracy behind the jab. You cannot do it better. And the wobbling Razor Ruddock makes it out of round 1.
Lewis sized him up. He had thrown 2 wild rights earlier in the round, but now he has really put
knockdown in the early rounds before. Doesn't change anything, but he's better respect more than the left jab of Lennox Lewis. He's got a right hand to worry about too.
Lewis hurting Ruddock with the left hook. Ruddock in serious trouble as Lewis pounds into the canvas. Second knockdown of the fight. And already Lennox Lewis has equaled Mike Tyson's knockout output against Razor Ruddock in both of the 2 Tyson-Ruddock fights. Lennox Lewis is in total command now. Can he finish? Right hand to the body. Ruddock in trouble. Second knockdown of round 2.
That's all.
Cortez stops
It's over. We have a great new
Big right.
Did he get nailed? Did he get nailed?
It could end in this round.
It's over now. It's over, Al. It's over.
The power of Ray Mercer has surfaced. There will be no count.
Let's take a look. You said that the right hand was Mercer's big punch, and there's one right there. Let's take a look. There's another one. Then the right hand uppercut. It's all one hand. And there's the big one. That was the one to put him to sleep.
And that's the one
more. Oh.
And you know, Tony Orlando was trying desperately to get in there to prevent that last punch from landing. And I don't really fault Tony Orlando. He got in there pretty quickly. Mercer just
Do in a sense, but
wow, he came right out to meet him halfway across the ring, and let's just hang on a moment here.
I talked about the right hand. There it is.
He's
This
got
fight's
it.
over.
Here's the mouthpiece flying out. This is not going to last more than just a few seconds. Fuentes is helpless, and it is over in a matter of seconds.
Well, I don't have to go back to the keys to victory because I just said it. It's the right hand. That's what Freddie. Oh yeah. What did I say about setting up the right hand? He didn't even bother. He just threw it. Interesting.
He literally raced from his corner with the right hand poised and ready to fire, and a series of them. There goes the mouthpiece, and that was it, as he had to be captured by the referee.
Let's hope nobody slips on. The referee hasn't seen it yet. Oh, this is a foul fest now. He may not get up.
It's over, guys. This fight's over. He's not getting up.
He is not getting up, Bobby.
Hey, it's all over. Look, it's Simon Brown.
Well, you watch it again. Petway still doing his moving and using his quick counters. Simon missing some big shots, and it's a speed again. A 1-2, he ducks in and catches him clean. Catches him looking, turns right into him. His head slammed into the canvas, Steve, which could have just added to insult to injury, so to speak.
What a left hook.
Bobby, as you notice, as he's throwing the punch, he beats him to the punch. As you're going to see right here, he throws his right hand right here. The left hook comes. Bang! His head's up in the air. He knocks him cold. Matter of fact, he's so incoherent. He's throwing punches as he's down. He thinks he's still fighting.
Look at this reaction off the textbook knockout by Vincent Petway. Still throwing punches while on his back, Simon Brown.
This round was Kostya-Tszyu clearly evening things up.
And ending strong. Down he goes. A right hand. He's in trouble.
He's in real trouble.
It's over. JD stops the fight in the second round. And it's over.
Go ahead, Kostya.
Yeah, I'm just very. You see its first right hand nearly comes through, and this is right on the chin. I've seen he's become a little lazy in the beginning. I've seen how he come in, and look at him. He's really look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. The referee done the right decision to stop the fight. Otherwise, he will be really hurt. And what's next? It's not. Another hard right hand. Stone is in trouble. Left hook, and Jay Nady stops the fight. That is a flat-out knockout on a brilliant left hook. By
the great old-timers. That's good enough for me. Didn't take them long to solve the awkward style of a fighter who didn't belong in the same class or ring with Shane Mosley.
Now here comes the left hook. 3 or 4 right hands, and then boom. The left hook followed by another right hand. The referee is. It's hard to do anything about this.
Boom.
Talent will not carry you there because of the style of the opponent or whatever.
Shane Mosley learned that last Saturday night. Again, once again, third knockdown of the night.
Who never saw it.
You know, that's pretty amazing because between rounds, Alton Murkerson, Roy Jones's hand kick.
Roy was just getting in a mode of having a good time at this stage right here. And as I was saying earlier, this guy was surviving because he wasn't that aggressive. And once he started coming in and committed himself, Roy just took advantage of him, caught him with a nice counter punch.
Well, Roy found the trick for knocking him out. He put his hands behind his back.
He said, come on. You can't get any better than us. I hope the young fighters out here don't start trying to do that.
Harold Letterman passes me a note and tells me that referee Max Parker Jr. was about to warn Roy Jones for grabbing the ropes. He never got a chance to issue the warning.
I mean, that is a mark of a shot fighter when you can't get off punches. Oh!
That's beautiful right here. Down goes Botha. That's all it took. One shot, he may not get up. Botha stumbling around. 8, 9, can he make it? It's over. It's over. Mike Tyson has returned.
One right hand. It's a short, chopping right hand. There it is. Right on.
You look at the body. He turns his body into this punch. His hips, his shoulders, from the floor up, he drives this right hand in.
Bobby, take
Here's
this.
a different angle, and you will watch Botha coming and what he sees. Mike steps into him, bang. He turned his whole body, his hip, his legs. That man got hit with 230.
He told us he feels Norris is most dangerous the first 3 rounds. You don't have to be a prophet to know that. Down he goes. A crunching left hook by Kerry Norris.
Well, he wasn't able to weather that storm for 3 rounds, at least not yet. He has a good jab. He's going to have to use it now, but his legs are not under him.
Okay. And a long way to go. Just under 2 minutes in round 1.
And that's what sends the difference in class.
It could be over. Gaddy goes down through the ropes. Referee David Avalos has to help him back up. We haven't gotten any official signal.
Let me tell you, that first left hook hurt Griffin.
And so does the second one. And Mercanti calls it a knockdown. 50 seconds to go in round number 1. Huge round for Roy Jones so far.
Well, Roy Jones is playing the feinting game, and Griffith is benefiting by it. Whoa, what a left hook. What a left hook.
Second knockdown of the round.
That was a leaping left hook, and Griffin may not survive it.
He's got trouble. And that's that. Oh, huge right hand. Huge right hand by Hopkins. Down goes Trinidad. I'm not sure Tito can get up. He's got the desire. He's never been knocked out. This fight is over. Steve Smoker stops it. No. Bernard Tito Trinidad comes in. Has done it. He knocked out Trinidad.
Bernard Hopkins has put him
physically beaten up in his career, never before knocked out, goes down in the middle of the 12th round and cannot continue as Bernard Hopkins punctuates a huge and thrilling and unexpected victory with a sensational power shot show in the 12th round. Oh, what a right hand, George.
What a right hand. Every shot. This guy was so, I never thought his legs could last, but I guess those 150 pounds, exactly what he needed to move around.
100.
You see that left jab catches Watson on the chin, and a good left hook, and that hurts Watson. The left by Ray Mercer finds the chin of Wesley Watson and puts him down.
The thing you liked about that, Dan, was that Ray Mercer did not go wild. He picked his shots, took his time, set his man up, and in with a left hook that is an improving punch for him, apparently.
And Watson, boy, and Watson walks right out and serves up his chin. Wesley Watson ought to be trying to hang on, make it through the first round.
Good right hand to the body by Mercer.
This is 10 seconds of round number 1. Oh, and a solid right from Ray Mercer. Keep in mind, the bell can't save Watson, even though the first round is over.
He beat
round number 1. Watch for the left.
That's a punch that Ray Mercer is not supposed to have. That was a little left hook inside. Good, short, compact punch. I don't think the right hand had much to do with it. All the work was done by that left.
And again, it's the left again that did the damage. And here's the
by Ray Mercer. The left went low, and then he followed with the right-handed combination and put Watson down.
Well, the bell. Watson looks better now than he did in the first round. Again, good combination by Ray Mercer, and Wesley Watson is in big trouble.
And Tony Orlando comes in and gives, in effect, a standing 8 count because the ropes held up Wesley Watson from going down.
6, 7.
He can stop this.
And that is it.
Tony Field is getting untracked. He's finally woken up. Fans are going wild, but down goes Rodriguez out of nowhere. Adelson Rodriguez is on the canvas. He's not getting up. He hit his head on the canvas, and he's not getting up. It's all over. Here in the second round, Evander Holyfield has KO'd Adelson Rodriguez. Accuracy of the punch that knocked out, and you see how his head bounces off the canvas. A right hand, an overhand right by Holyfield. Let's watch it again from a different angle, and you can see how this bounces right off. There it goes now, but watch Rodriguez's head as he goes down. You can't see it on that show. He literally bounced off that canvas with his head, and you see.
Pops with the right hand as Vasquez leans in, and another knockdown.
But it was right off of foolishness.
And that was the first one that he has really hurt.
Still there.
Vasquez bravely determined not to be shown up by the flashy Prince. But the Prince has shown his punching power with 3 knockdowns.
You can recover from the shot.
Because most of his knockdowns come from a single punch, George, rather than from the accumulation of blows. He lands a hard left shot, and Vasquez is wobbling as he stands in front of him. Down again. No 3 knockdown rule in effect. Referee counting in Spanish for Vasquez's benefit. Nassim lands another one.
Getting tired, but I think Guthrie also has a swole above his right eye. Oh, that'll finish him.
A big right hand, and the champion is down. 7. and he isn't getting up.
He will not get up.
We have a new belt holder in the light heavyweight division. And that's why they had to make their move quickly. And it turns out he was a paper champion, one of those champions who took a punch right there that made him an ex-champion. Reggie Johnson was continually beating him to the punch when they backed away from each other inside, and that ended the fight. A terrific performance by a class fighter, Reggie Johnson. Let's now go to ring announcer Thomas Triber for the official decision. He's not the guy who pays him, but he was talking at that time to Mayweather.
Left hand hook, and Mayweather is down, and Roger Mayweather has been clocked. He has been clocked. Now Pineda just got to a new
fight is over. All right. I couldn't be more pleased. The guy who came to fight.
The button as Gil Clancy takes you through it.
And there it is, right on the button. That was the first powerful punch that this kid landed in the fight. And Jim, we had mentioned earlier, sometime in the fight, this kid's going to land a big punch. But I thought it was going to bring out a war between these two guys. But all it took was the one punch, and that was it. And I guess Roger Mayweather, when he went back to his corner and said, this kid's strong, he could feel the power of the kid's punches when he was even getting hit on the arms.
He must have devastating punching power. It does not look all that frightening from that angle, but you can see it was solid on the chin, and Mayweather was knocked out.
Never.
Whoa, with the right hand. And then Poe goes after him. Started with a starching right hand from Riddick Bowe. Here's where Bowe's got to really pick his shots, but if he keeps this up, they'll stop him. Oh, what an uppercut. That's it. He turned his back. Hurt. He's hurt. Fight's over. It. 1, 2, wow. Three. I'll tell you what, he turned his back. He wanted to quit there. His nose is broken. It's bleeding terribly.
8. I failed.
Bingo, just dropping his head and sticking that right hand right over the top. Of course, Tillery standing up straight on the ropes, and he's you might as well just say he's through right here, but he's going to land an uppercut in here in about a second that really does a lot of damage, and that's not it, of course. But here it comes. It's got to be coming up sooner or later here. He threw a lot of unanswered punches. Well, he's hit him with everything else but the uppercut. I think it is right here. There it is. That was it. Well, that's where he turned his head. That put the icing on the cake.
Bowen goes for a record-breaking 2 seconds. Then Briggs whacks him in 5. Bowen did get up, but not for long. It was over in 26 seconds.
And they're very effective when Simon Brown throws them. He's a great body puncher.
And down goes Norris. What a shocker.
He shoved it quick. He stuck him with a left hand real quick, and it is a knockdown. But it's one of those flash knockdowns where you're walking in, all of a sudden there's a fist in your face.
That's the point in the chin we talked about. He can be hit, and there's a bell to save him. Upset. The vulnerability of Terry has never been as big as right now, as we've seen him right now. He is on the precipice of a disaster.
He's only lost 3 times in 39 fights, Terry Norris. Derek Kelly in 87. Joseph Walker, a disqualification. And down he goes.
Look at that right hand.
Terry Norris is down, and this might be it. Can he get up?
He cannot. And this cruncher, now remember he's taking these big punches, but he has the confidence to know that one punch will do it. And here it comes. It's a right hand to the back of the head almost.
Right on the temple, over the ear, right on the temple. Very soft spot on her head, we all know. Again, Simon Brown had to have the chin to depend on because he knew he was going to get hit. He had it, he waited, he picked his spot. And Terry Norris, great a fighter as he is.
Watching one guy go forward and the other guy go backwards. It's not just aggressiveness, it's effective aggressiveness, and Tua has not been effective up to this point. There's a good left hook by Tua. And he's got him right.
He's got him in trouble here in the 11th. David Tua, and they've stopped it. David Tua with a knockout in the 11th round. Stoppage. The left hook there over the glove. That hurt him. He got a clean right to the jaw, but it was that left hand there that was the really damaging blow. A couple of freebies here with Moskaev out of it. And then that left hook up, he really didn't even need. Lindsey Page jumps in and says, that's enough. See it again.
Again, you see Tua now. We mentioned he had been on a roll at the end of the last round, Tim. And he just continued on that roll. When he gets you hurt, he is one dangerous guy. Look at the stamina he has. This is the 11th round of a fight, and he still has all that power. That's what I liked about David Tua.
He did it in 12.
And going into that Ruiz fight, he looked to be in the most comfortable place in his career. He was on a roll. He had won 7 in a row by knockout. And now cracks Grimsley with the first punch, and that looks like it is it.
Why is the referee counting? You don't have to count on that. This fight is over. The referee counted him out.
James Thunder, known as a quick starter, but
here's what happened. Boom, no, right on the side of the head, the very first punch. You land the first punch in a fight. Don't go out there and mess around. Crack. Dragging the jab back. Look how relaxed Grimsley is all the way down.
Lewis has still got to be. Whoa! That should do it. That's it. That should do it. That's it. He's broke his leg.
Disoriented Grant and had him weaving, holding on, looking to find his balance for the rest of the round. And that right hand appeared to finish him. How
skillful here. He needs to be using his jab.
And for the moment, Lewis looks punched out as he lands another uppercut. And here.
Well, this is one of those games where 4 minutes of action can be better than an hour of inaction.
Ooh, over the top, he's holding him, and he lands that uppercut.
Absolutely right. Again, the right hand lands for Norris. Taylor's left not there to block it. Overhand right. Taylor wobbly. 4, 5. These are right hands by Norris that have done the damage.
Norris, of course, has invested into some good body shots also.
Solid left hand. Meldrick swinging wildly, leaving himself wide open. Norris missed an easy shot. Plenty of time left in the round. The word on the back of Terry Norris's haircut is knockout, and that's what he's thinking about right now. Lou Duba yelling for Meldrick Taylor to clinch, but Meldrick keeps throwing leather and dropping his hands. Norris with the uppercut landed. He's trying to measure him and take a shot.
It's about pure heart now.
Come on, Mel.
Skills, doesn't know how to clinch.
He thinks that as Norris throws, he's going to get a chance to land one in return. Norris with another solid right. Meldrick is woozy on the ropes. Second knockdown. And there's no quit in Meldrick Taylor. A decision for Lane to make. He's very close to stopping it, and there it is.
Rifled his
career. Low blow. Richard Steele says nothing about it, and Stewart goes down. It was a little right hand.
Didn't seem to me like a very hard punch at all.
Remember that the 3 knockdown rule is in effect. So now George Foreman will have about a minute.
Let's see what did the damage here. There's a right to the neck. I don't know if that was the power of that punch or it simply knocked the man over who had already been hurt. There you see the straight right hand at the end of the round. That definitely was right on target.
On that first knockdown, if you mentioned...
Slow down. He's not fighting back now.
quite as vigorously as was the case in the final minute of round 2. And you have to believe that the body punches are taking their toll, which led to On's retirement, prompted by the third knockdown of the bout. The trademark left hook to the body, a combination, and On was down in his own corner. And though we could not hear it from here, since he went down in his own corner, it's entirely possible that his handlers, through the ropes, suggested that this would be enough. He was able to get up well before the count of 10. There it is, digging the hook to the body, and you can see On putting his right arm down to try to protect himself there, making it easy for Chavez to land the 1-2 combination that finished things off.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 2 minutes, 14 seconds of the third round. Referee, Tony Perez.
No, and I'll tell you what, they are really big. I've seen steel dirt in their small.
3 steps, and here comes David Tua, winging away, left, right. Opetz in trouble, and down he goes.
Left uppercut on the inside, Steve. Almost lifted him off his feet. 6,
and he's not getting up.
8. It's down about 19 or so. Comes inside, and Sullivan gets caught on the inside. Right under here is a left hook, left uppercut that almost lifts him off his feet. It's a rising left hook or left uppercut. And Tua, look at, you see the legs, we talked about it. That's the power, that's the foundation. You know, driving with those legs.
Bobby, looked like he was already gone when he got the uppercut, because look, see.
That's the first one, there's the second one.
See the uppercut?
There were two.
It looked like he didn't need the second one, he was already going down. What power, what power. Watch the ones where he just drops his glove. Now right there, he's through. The next one wasn't necessary.
No, I've talked about it many times. Speed times mass equals destructive power. A bullet kills you because it's not its mass, but how fast it's going. If a cannonball could fly at the speed of a bullet, it would go through about 30 buildings.
Taki understands English a little bit. He doesn't speak it. All right, sense of urgency for Taki here in the 10th and final round.
I know he doesn't understand that much English, but he understands boxing.
Oh, what a shot! Down goes Garcia!
And his hand hit the canvas, that's not good.
Here comes the left hook right there on the inside. It was a beautiful inside left hook, and I believe Garcia never saw it. Steve, I guarantee you he never saw that. Watch here, he comes up with it, bends, and leaps up into him with a left hook right there.
Oh, everything in it.
That is a perfect left hook.
That was from the bottom of his feet.
And his heart. From the bottom of his heart, wow. He threw it and landed on the top of the other guy's heart.
There you see him bend, he crouches, he comes right across with it.
Oh,
good
wow.
form.
What a perfect.
Right inside Garcia's right hand. I guarantee you he never saw that punch.
That's like watching a perfect golf swing. I mean, how can you improve that? It's just right, and his head is just...
Right up on the inside, right there.
That's a Hollywood hook.
For nothing, the name Sugar. Various critics have gone so far as to compare Mosley's style to that of Sugar Ray Robinson, and there's one of the reasons why.
Just as the 10-second warning sounded, it seemed that Taylor may have relaxed.
He may need a bit more variety, like the jab, mix up the punches more. Look at this. That's a... has been down in his career. And he goes down again with a looping right. What is going on here? He gets up with a smile. He comes back. And he goes down for a third time. No 3 knockdown rule.
Etienne's got to work him behind the jab. It'll not only bring him inside, it'll shut down the gap, and it'll put him where he needs to be.
There's another right hand to the head. And Etienne is down for a 4th time. 4. Oh, a wild swing and a miss. And Etienne goes down as a result of his...
I've never seen when a fighter slips. Kendall ran after him.
Oh, another right hand. And Etienne is down again. 3. Right now, you wonder if he's got it in him. Oh, big right hand by Okendo. And Etienne's down for the 6th time.
That was the most solid of the right hand, Steve. That one landed well.
7. And every time Okendo has knocked Etienne down, it's been a right off the top of the head like that. And down he goes for the 7th time. And I'm not sure he can continue after this.
Got irritated in that combination like it's starting to close. With a hook. That means he dropped the right hand.
Big right hand from Vladimir Klitschko. A flush right cross. Drops Derek Jefferson for the 2nd time in the fight.
and 5 seconds left in the second round. Can Jefferson hang out? Blood now trickling from the nose of Derek Jefferson as his left eye is shut. Jefferson's down for the knockdown from Vladimir. An overhand right. I mean, the hook was lethal, but the right hand was a lot worse for Jefferson. Here's the same knockdown, the overhand right. Here it goes, crushed right on the jaw as Jefferson lowers that right hand, which he told us he would not lower. He got caught with that punch. Here's the last knockdown. Jefferson gets hit on the inside with 2 short hooks. That one short hook landed. Jefferson goes down. He never...
Atención fanáticos del boxeo, llegó el knockout que tanto esperabas. Los verdaderos ídolos y orgullo del pueblo mexicano, José Pipino Cuevas, Salvador Sánchez, Rubén El Púas Olivares y el legendario Julio César Chávez en sus mejores y emocionantes combates, todos ellos completos en DVDs de la mejor calidad. Usted disfrutará y recordará a sus ídolos enfrentándose a rivales de la talla de Meldrick Taylor, Wilfredo Gómez, Bobby Chacón y muchos más. Y si usted ordena hoy, también recibirá 3 DVDs del deporte mundial, el fútbol. Ronaldinho y Rafa Márquez te enseñarán las técnicas y los secretos de este deporte. Además recibirás un DVD con los mejores futbolistas con el número 10, Pelé, Maradona, Cuauhtémoc Blanco, Di Stéfano y muchos más en DVDs que estabas esperando, con los verdaderos ídolos y orgullo del pueblo mexicano, los boxeadores del siglo, técnicas del fútbol y los mejores 10 del mundo. ¿Qué esperas? Llama ahora